There we go. Yay! So it's just us now.
Okay.
Oh God, sorry about
No,
that.
don't worry.
I don't know what happened. But okay, everyone's catching up and joining. We're going to be all right. Okay. Thank you for all coming back, guys.
That is my biggest stress in life.
Honestly, I've had a day already. So, yes, me too. I've lost my headphones, so I'm really sorry if there's an echo, but I just can't find them anywhere, and I've been running around. And how are you anyway? Hello,
Hi.
Kate.
I'm all right. I'm a bit nervous about being live.
Don't worry, I still am. And this is like, yeah, I've done this a lot now, and I'm still nervous,
coffee.
so don't worry. It's all good. We're just having a catch up. Yeah, I have tea. So it's Bee's 3rd birthday today, and I was like, oh, that's going to be, we'll have loads of time in the morning, totally fine. Completely forgot about the clocks. and we all wake up at 9.
Well, the fact she sleeps till 9, Gabby, that's, that's a win in life.
No, I know it is. So it would normally be 8 on the day, like, but it was a little bit crazy. And B kept going, "You're not going, Mummy, it's my birthday." And I was like,
it's
half an hour.
Half an hour, B.
No. Yeah, exactly. But I'm so pleased to see you. It's been so long.
Well, I'm not even going to try and work out. Yeah, probably has.
3 years. Yeah.
And haven't I aged in 3 years?
I know. Oh no, you look really good, and I'm so you're in a new place now, aren't you? You moved house during it, did you?
Before lockdown, yeah, literally. It was like it was like a 2-week period in between the end of the Stitch Festival and lockdown. So yeah, luckily we were just in time.
Oh well, that's really good timing. So then you had all that time to kind of settle,
exactly. Unpack. Wonder why I had so much sewing crap that I'd never gone through, and
have you got an actual sewing space there?
An office. It's like an office and a spare room, which I'm in now, which I used to work in pre having a child, and now is not realistic because I just have to go and work somewhere else now. So
yeah, I totally understand. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we Mitchie from Small Spidey said we miss your wallpaper. I do agree. Actually,
it's a bit more tame here. I should try and maybe get like a wallpaper, but I'm sort of looking around where I could do it. But
yeah, absolutely, you should do it. Did you, Kate? Did you just say
I
had a
baby
child
in September?
So I've spent that whole time that you said that just going, no, she couldn't have. How do I
did keep it quite on the down low.
Congratulations, that's amazing. Yeah. Wow. Okay, well that's an exclusive for a quick Unpick.
Baby. I think I did mention it some places, but not everywhere.
I'm it so definitely sorry that I missed that.
It was really on the down low.
Wow, I love the way you just snuck that in. Oh, when I, had a baby. And
yeah.
Amazing. Well, I hope everything's all good. Boy or girl, Jake. Anything?
Yeah.
Hi, Jake.
It's been an interesting few months.
It's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot. I totally understand. Are you getting sleep?
Hence this all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I started drinking coffee for the first time after Bea was born. I really hate the taste, but it was like the only way through sometimes.
And then, so it was off from September until December, and then I was back after December. So,
gosh, I'm just going to be in shock now. I'm so happy.
So Rachel was in charge, which was amazing. She basically made everything run a lot more smoothly without me. Getting in the way.
Oh, well done,
up, so.
Oh well, Rachel's very, very good at the organisation side and everything, and you know, everything seems to be ticking over perfectly.
Yeah.
So that's really good to know that, you know, you can kind of leave it in very good hands.
We've got kind of a team now, so it's not just me and Rachel. There's lots of people that make it run.
Yeah. Yeah, so will you tell us a bit about your team? How many people are in the fold line now?
We've got Louise, who came in just before, like a bit before I went off onto maternity leave, and so she does all of the content, most of the content stuff now on newsletter and Instagram. Then we've got Christina, who puts all of the products onto the online shop, which is an enormous job. As I'm sure you all guys have all, over the last few years, there's been so many updates to pattern sizings and changes, and, you know, if there's a fault in a pattern. So she's in charge of sort of making sure the shop kind of works. And we've got, who else we've got Mel, who's just joined us, who is does the customer service emails. We've got Helen, who manages all the commercial patterns. And then we've got our web developer called Richard, who sorts out all the things that go wrong online. And then we've got a warehouse, which is just on the outskirts of London, and that's run by Sammy and her husband. So they don't just do us, they've got a few other businesses that they do all the kind of packing for. So yeah, so it's become a lot bigger than we ever thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's evolved so much. I mean, you know, I will always remember meeting you guys and hearing about your idea, the fold line, and it's just you two 6 years ago, over 6 years ago now, and how much it's grown and evolved. It's so exciting. And I'm like,
really it wasn't even.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, because I remember, you know, chatting to you about it, and it was never, you know, the patterns was definitely a later thing. So when did that come about, and why did you decide on that?
So the whole premise for the fold line was from Rachel and I working together at So Over It, and being really annoyed that you basically couldn't find out when new patterns were released. Like, in order for you to find out anything, you had to go to so many different people's websites, and we were like, it's really annoying that you can't, you know, see what's new in one place. And so we decided to create a database. I mean, it's so obvious now in hindsight that it should have been a shop, but we just wanted it to be a database. So we created this amazing database, and then everyone, honestly, it was basically people emailing and being like, why isn't this a shop? Please, can you sell the patterns? Please, can you sell the patterns? And we just decided at one point, we were like, well, let's see if anyone would be prepared to sell their patterns with us. And and they were, and that's how it kind of evolved. But
that's amazing. You gave the people what they want.
We were going to actually run it from Rachel's house, which would have been awful. And we have a business mentor that we see very occasionally, and we went to see her because we were deciding about how we were like going to make it all work, and she was like, you are bonkers, do not have it at Rachel's house, it will be the worst thing you ever do. And so we then managed to find Sammy, who is amazing.
Oh, that is brilliant. Yeah, I think the warehouse has been a real kind of game changer for you guys, wasn't it? Because, you know, taking it away from your house and making it like a proper physical business, I feel like it's a real turning point.
I think now we've
amazing.
Got nearly like 4,000 or 5,000 physical products. So it wouldn't have been possible to house it all at Rachel's house.
Yeah, absolutely. With the chickens
that she never got in the end. No. She does.
Oh,
don't worry,
Rachel,
she's got a menagerie of rodents, so don't worry, and a tortoise, and 3 guinea pigs, and like 75 rats, and everything else.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
She's totally like that.
Durrells.
So when you go onto a Zoom call with her, unless she turns her camera, you literally look like you're in Pets at Home. There's like cages behind her, and you just see like scuttlings going across, and I hate. Oh,
I want to come and see her and get some cuddles. That sounds so my cup of tea. I keep saying to Stephen, I'm like, are we ready for a pet for B? And he's like, no, not in a tiny London flat, B.
How's your dog?
So yeah, but I'm ready to get pets. I might just. Oh, Hobbs, well,
Is
he's
he?
with my sister now.
Oh.
No, he's fine. He's happy.
Just
He's
bit,
very, very happy.
A bit
He's very well
stressful
exercised
with the
and
baby, yeah.
healthy. But just, yeah. Baby and lockdown equaled very unhappy dog. So he's quite literally in a better place. But I'm so excited to hear all about what the Fold line have been up to. We've got to talk about the sewing weekend. In fact, let's just go straight in, because you are doing it again this year.
It's online again because everyone loved it. I know.
Well, online's great. Yeah, I was about to say, everyone can get involved.
We used to get so many emails of people being upset because we obviously can't. We could. So the event itself, we could only have 100 people for it to feel like it would be a nice size where you probably get to talk to everyone, and we didn't want to make it bigger than that. And more than 100 people wanted to come every time, and we just got so many disappointed emails. And so then when lockdown happened, we decided just to try it online, and it just worked really well. So yeah, it will be back this year. So we haven't announced the date yet. It's in May.
Yes.
May. Oh no. What date?
Let everyone say when. May the when?
Oh my God, Rachel's gonna kill me. The 20th and 21st,
we'll put it up.
I think.
Don't worry.
Is that a weekend? I think it's that 20th, 21st.
Might be. Oh, but that's so exciting, and honestly, everyone loves it. It's so good, and it's true. I mean, they were harder to get in Glastonbury tickets, to be honest.
We got quite a few comments about that,
so
we just decided to keep it online this year. And also, when we started planning it, we were like, Omicron was very much about at that point, so we were like, oh, I don't know. And you have to book the venue so far in advance, so we just went this online again this year. I think it works online.
Oh, well, I'm really pleased with that. I think it's brilliant online, and it's so lovely to have that many people in a big concentrated, lot being part of the sewing community. It's so lovely. There's nothing else like that.
Please, can you get a baby area for the weekender? Absolutely not. That would be horrific. I would. Children would not be allowed. I'm sorry. No.
We all thought you would have changed, Kate, but no. That's so wonderful. Well, don't worry, because I'll find some way to get her out of the house so I can watch a bit online as well. But and also it's going to be. Is it like last time that it will be? So
the
online for a while after.
It would be really nice if you are around that weekend and you want to get involved, and you everyone's sewed together, but also the videos will stay up forever. So if you want to have it, because there were a few people, like someone last year was having an operation, and so she saved all the videos until she was at home resting, so you can watch it like whenever you want, really, because it works better that way.
Yeah, that's yeah. Oh, well, I'm really pleased you're doing it again. It's so exciting. And we'll make sure we've got the full dates. I don't know why I keep saying
I'm pretty sure it is the 20th and 21st. I'm pretty sure it is.
Nice. Okay, perfect. So I would love to kind of talk about your background as a sewer. So you kind of come from quite an interesting background with millinery and everything. So tell us your sewing story.
When did I start sewing? I started sewing at school. My mum was not a sewer. I made something hideous for like a GCSE project. I found it really frustrating that I couldn't make what I wanted to make, and how did I get into it then? Oh, I guess I then went to did foundation course for art, and I was going to go on and do fine art sculpture. That's what I'd always wanted to do, and we had a module on fashion and sewing, and I really loved it. So on a whim, I decided to do fashion design, and I went to Northumbria up in Newcastle and studied it there for 4 years. And so you learn how to pattern cut and sew, and you make a collection, and all that jazz. And then I went and worked for I worked for Folk, the menswear company, for a few years in production, which is where you're responsible for getting the line drawing that they give you, you're responsible for making that come true. So you aren't pattern cutting, but you're sourcing all the fabric, all the trimmings, making sure there's enough for production, and then you do all the fittings with the models. So I did that for a few years. Then I went and worked for a knitwear designer for a few years. And then I decided to retrain and make hats, which was quite a random shift in my bizarre career. And so I did a millinery course, and then I went and worked for 4 years for a milliner called Stephen Jones, who does most of the hats for all the designers for Fashion Week. So it was really fun. I mean, it was ridiculously fun and silly, and you spent your all day with your hands deep in feathers and dyeing things to match Pantone references and working with incredible fabrics that you'd never work with. It was amazing, but it was just really, really badly paid. So I hit 30 and thought I need a career change again. And I then went to work at Sew Over It, which I'd never heard of before. It was just that it was down the road from me, and they taught people how to sew, and got there and then discovered the whole world of indie sewing. I'd never heard of it before. I'd never heard of any indie designers, and Sew Over It at that point hadn't really started wholesaling. She was just sort of dipping her toe in the waters of it, and it really interested me. I was like, this has got massive potential. And then it just grew from there.
Wow, that is amazing. And were you sewing your own clothes at that point as well?
I only started sewing my own clothes at Sew Over It. I don't know why I'd never done it, but I could pattern cut. But I just no.
Well, I guess you were working and sewing, so it is quite a step, isn't it, to kind of go from that being your career to being your hobby. Is quite a different way round, I think.
It sounds really stupid, but it just had never occurred to me that I would pattern cut and make my own clothes. So so it was there that I started learning all about the indie sewing world, and then got sucked into the vortex, which we all have.
Yeah. Yes. And what was your first what was the first thing you made then for yourself?
It would have been a Sew Over It pattern. I can't remember.
I can imagine you girls all kind of at the Sew Over It shop.
Oh yeah, we were in our lunch breaks. We used to get the machines out and sew at speed and try and get stuff done. And the worst thing was not the worst and the best thing was you're surrounded by fabric all the time. So every time there was delivery of fabric, everyone would come upstairs and we'd end up cutting meters and meters off. So quite often things never even made the shop. All the staff would take it.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's the problem. That's why I could never work in a fabric shop, because all of my earnings would just go straight to it.
Yeah, I used to while the fold line was sort of getting going, I used to work part-time at Fabrics Galore, doing a lot of their online stuff. And every time I went there, I would just come home with a bag of fabric.
Yeah, I can totally understand. Fabrics Galore is such a lovely place to work.
It's interesting though. I'm interested now, everyone, because I think things have changed an awful lot on that front. Because I now would not buy fabric unless I know what I'm going to use it for. I wouldn't buy. What about you?
Yeah, I'm more like that now, definitely. I think just because, at the beginning I was so gung-ho. I was just like, fabric. And then I was like, I'm spending all my money on this. What am I doing? I don't have any. And then, and so now I think just budget requirements are I just really can't do that at all. And I've got to be a bit more considered. I mean, I haven't actually bought fabric in years. I've been very lucky in being gifted.
I can see behind you, you have enough for about 6 years worth of making, Gabby.
I know, exactly. So, I mean, I'm very lucky.
Exactly.
I can shop my stash. Where's your fabric then?
I have one drawer. I'm not a stash person.
I'm jealous of that, honestly.
It stresses me out
I think that's amazing.
So yeah, I've got, actually no, it's two.
Yeah, I can
two drawers.
understand.
Two drawers. I've got 2 drawers of fabric, which I never use because they're now too precious to use. Do you have those? So it's basically my
Yeah.
basically my precious stuff
Lot
that I'll
of
never
them.
sew. And I'll just sit there in the archive.
Yeah. Yes. I totally understand. Every now and again I bring it out and I'm like, oh, maybe this project. No, it's not.
Yeah, and
ready.
also if
It's
you're
not
going to sew
ready.
something that you're not 100% sure is going to work, because I don't make toiles because I don't have time to make toiles, which is awful.
Yeah. No, I'm exactly the same. I don't know who
I
has
wish I
time
did,
to make toiles. But what are you making anything at the moment? Do you have any sewing plans?
I actually have something cut out. So, and
Ooh,
it's not for me.
great.
It's for my little creature that I own. I'm making the Flory woven romper by Pattern Paper Scissors, which I have.
Oh yes, I've made it. I love it.
Yeah,
It's such a good
I've made
pattern.
one for my friend's daughter, and now I'm going to make one for Jake. And this is the fabric I've got here. It's quite cute. I think it might be a Telia brunette. I can't remember. Is that?
Oh,
is it
fancy Jake?
Okay.
Oh, it is. It totally is a Telia.
I think.
Yeah, I recognise that.
Sorry,
it's gorgeous.
Grabbing things off the floor. Yeah, so that's what I've got. And then I also want to make another Pauline Alice Iora, the quilted one. Actually,
which one's that?
This one.
Yes. Oh, I love your quilted jacket. That is absolutely beautiful. So what will you make next one?
Well, I bought some fabric. This fabric I'm a bit disappointed with, because look, I've only had it like a year, maybe a couple of years, but look, it's all at the stitch line, like it's all worn. So I'm a bit disappointed.
Do you know what that looks like though? And what you should do, it looks like it's been bleached. You should chuck a load of bleach at it and it would look amazing, and it would all kind of, you know.
It really annoys me as a perfectionist. It makes me livid.
Yeah, that's annoying. No, when fabric lets you down, it's really frustrating, because all those hours spent on it, and then that you just
I've
completely out of.
So I'm going to make another one, and I think I might make it in like a rusty linen. Yeah. But I'm a plain person. I'm not very printy. I'm plain and stripes. That's all But wow, I really did it nicely. Look at that. I've forgotten. I'm like properly. Yeah.
Oh, you did. Oh, it kind of looks like it's reversible.
It probably is.
It's so
actually
lovely inside. Wear it as a cool bomber with like the
I could.
The pipe.
Anyway, got distracted. Yeah, so those are my 2 things I'm going to make. I don't have a long list because I think at the moment with life it's unrealistic. And I will also say, living and working with sewing patterns all day, every day, makes you less inclined to sew at the weekend. Not that that's a bad thing, but the reality of it is you spend all week talking about them and thinking about them, and which is delightful. But then you don't want to sew them at the weekend. So.
Oh no, the balance of working with sewing and wanting to do it is really tough. I don't know how people do it, to be honest, because in any job, it's not like, you want to go back and do anything that you've been doing all week long. So it must be really tricky. But I hope that you kind of find your love of it again.
Also,
because,
as I'm sure you will relate to, my body has completely changed. So the car crash that now is underneath is it's adjusting to the new shape that I am.
I totally understand that, don't worry. And it's not a car crash, it birthed a baby. I mean, it's amazing.
It just making things that, well, like a jacket that I know will fit me forever is the sort of thing I'd make, whereas trousers and stuff,
they're a little way off. I totally understand. I just got to that 3 years later, so give yourself time.
Jeez, okay.
No, don't worry, it's not like that for everyone. I don't want to scare people. Someone wrote to me a couple of months ago and said, I've just had a baby, how long do you think it will be till I get my life back together? And I just couldn't reply. I was just like, everyone's different.
It's
But you know, it is true, everyone's different. And also you've got amazing people around you, which I think makes a really big difference. Like having Rachel and your team will make you kind of sink back into it a lot quicker, I think.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's a bit different just trying to do it from enough, you know, with no one else.
Yeah, I
there,
think it was,
kind of thing,
I mean, we were really lucky. So Rachel actually had a baby a year before me. So literally almost to the day. So it's been really nice. So I kind of managed her maternity leave, which she took about 2 days virtually and came back. No, I'm joking. But she
I
was
can so
back, she was back very quickly. So yeah, and then she held. It's really nice having another person. I couldn't do it on my own.
Yeah, and how lovely also that you have someone that's just done it before you as well, that you're close to. I think that makes such a difference. You know, all of those little things that we worry about of our newborns, it's so nice to be able to send a text in the morning and be like, was this normal? And yeah, all of that's really lovely. I love that you guys had your babies so close together.
Nice to get back to work. I now refer to work as 3 days holiday.
Yeah,
just I shut the door. I leave. It's just so nice.
Oh, that is wonderful. Right, well, we're nearly out of time, but I have to just talk about one thing, because I love when you do the patterns from the movies and the TV, and in particular Miss Maisel.
Don't worry.
I'm really waiting for it. Have you seen the whole last series?
Is the whole series aired now?
It's finished pretty abruptly, actually. I thought there was going to be more, but then I found out that was the finale. So there's only
I'm nearly at the end. Then I think I've got a couple more to go, but I am going to do it.
Yeah,
it's just it's going to be epically massive amount of work. So it's on the list. I think it's coming. I think it might be next month. I think, because we're now very organised.
That is fine. I can wait. I just wanted
Louise
to check
has a schedule of what's coming up. So, and we planned what we're going to do over the next couple of months, and I think it's April. So
amazing. Oh well, I can't wait for that, because I'm a huge fan of those, and I love your vlogs and everything, and you've kept everything going so wonderfully. So I'm just really happy to catch up with you and find out you had it.
I know, the shock.
That was the biggest shock you have had on Quick Unpick.
I can't believe that's gone so quickly. Half an hour, didn't even get.
I know, I said it does go super quickly. Is there anything else you want to shout, talk about? Is there anything you want to plug?
Nah.
Everyone get your patterns from the fold line, and also get them printed. Is it Bertha still? Is that the name of your machine?
We've actually got
Brenda.
two. We've got Brenda and Barbara. So Brenda and Babs.
Oh, I love.
Babs is like the younger, sexier model, and Brenda's old reliable.
Oh,
I know, she's the original, so we still love her the most.
Amazing. Well, I love the fact that you have these huge printers making everyone stop.
I know.
Together
who
PDFs.
has time to do that? Like, honestly, and also it's just boring. And it never works. I don't know about you guys, but I always do it, and then I'm like,
totally, they never line up. Yeah, I make little cuts in them.
And then by the time you cut your fabric out, you're like, this is so inaccurate now from the original pattern. Yeah.
It's so true. So everyone get to the fold line to get your PDFs printed, and love your packaging. That's so true. Mitchie, small smiley said, love your packaging. But, right, I better
say
get back
happy
on with the birthday
to
celebrations.
You,
got the in-law.
Are you having a party?
I will do. Yeah, there's a big party happening. Bouncy Castle arriving. We're doing it at the nursery, which is just nearby. So it's going to be. Yeah, they're not
in the shed.
No. Yeah. Oh, well, it's so lovely to talk to you. Have a lovely happy Mother's Day. Happy first Mother's Day.
All right.
Lots of love. And
Yeah,
everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Huge thanks to Rainbow Fabrics for sponsoring Quick Unpick. You are brilliant. And I'll see you next week with So Hayley Jane. All right.
I don't even know how to leave this. How do we leave this?
Don't worry.